let me tell you something that still shocks people. In the early 2000s, one of the most famous heavyweight boxing champions in the world, Mike Tyson, filed for bankruptcy. Now hold on, stay here with me. This was a man who earned hundreds of millions during his career, yet at one point, he reportedly owed tens of millions in debt. And you just sit there like, wait, how does that even happen? How does someone make that much money and still lose it? And honestly, that question isn't just about celebrities. It's about us. Because almost everything we do, the jobs we work, the businesses we dream about, the stress we carry, somehow connects back to money. So here's the real question. If making money is so important, why do so many people struggle to keep it? Why do we focus so much on earning but barely talk about managing? Let's unpack this. What is money? Really? Okay, simple question. What is money? No, seriously. When your salary hits your account, when you buy something online, when you tap your card at the store, what is actually happening? Most people say money is a medium of exchange. That's true, technically, but that definition feels cold. Let's make it real. Money is value. That's it. When you pay for something, you're saying, this thing is worth this amount to me. And when someone pays you, they're saying your time, your skill, your effort has value. Now, here's where things get interesting. People often attach morality to money. Money is evil. Rich people must have cheated someone. If they gained, someone else must have lost. But pause. Money itself isn't evil. It's neutral. It simply amplifies who you already are. If someone scams others, that's a character issue, not a money issue. Money just expands your options. The real issue, not earning, managing. Because what does it matter if you make six figures but end the year with zero savings? That's the disconnect. Part 2. Production versus consumption. Let me break this down simply. Money flows in, money flows out. That's life. You produce, money comes in. You consume, money goes out. Production is what you create, usually your job, business, skills, labor. Consumption is what you spend on, rent, food, subscriptions, clothes, that small purchase that somehow wasn't small. Now here's the uncomfortable question. Of all the money that has passed through your hands in your lifetime, how much do you still have? Yeah. That one stings a bit. Because the problem for most people isn't production, it's consumption. There are people earning very high salaries who still live paycheck to paycheck. That's not an income problem, that's a consumption problem. You can't out-earn poor spending habits. Even celebrities prove that. If consumption grows as fast as income, you're stuck. Production means nothing if consumption is out of control. Part 3. The real rat race. People love to say the rat race is working a 9-to-5 job. Not exactly. Some people love their jobs. The real rat race? Living on financial edge. One paycheck away from panic. One emergency away from debt. That constant feeling like money comes in and immediately disappears. That's the trap. Because now your job isn't a choice, it's survival. And when that happens, stress goes up, options go down. So how do you escape? First step, awareness. Track your spending. Yes, it's uncomfortable. There's even a behavioral term for avoiding your bank balance after spending too much. It's called the ostrich effect. You don't want to look, but you have to. Then comes budgeting. Not restriction, clarity. Deciding in advance where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. And before investing in anything flashy, build an emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, because life happens. Now let's talk about why we overspend. Psychology. We want short-term pleasure, hyperbolic discounting. We copy others, social proof. We try to keep up with people we don't even know. Today, the neighbors aren't next door. They're on social media. New car, new phone, luxury vacation, and suddenly you feel behind. But here's the hard truth. Do you want to look rich or actually be rich? Big difference. Part 4. Let's talk about making more. Now, this is the exciting part. Yes, controlling spending matters, but increasing production, that's powerful. Production is about creating value. The more value you create, especially at scale, the more you can earn. Look at content creators like Graham Stephan or financial educators like Dave Ramsey. They don't just save money, they built systems that create value for millions of people. That's scale. That doesn't mean everyone needs to start a business tomorrow, but it does mean asking, what value can I create? Can I solve a problem, build something, teach something, create content, develop a skill people will pay for? The internet has made scale accessible. Your job may be your main production source, but it doesn't have to be your only one. Production grows income. Consumption controls income. You need both. The framework, simple version. Step 1. Understand yourself as a consumer. Track spending, set limits, build emergency savings. Step 2. Understand yourself as a producer. Increase skills, create value, find scalable opportunities. That's it. Money flows in, money flows out. Your job is to widen the gap wisely. Look, it's fun to imagine being wealthy. It's exciting to talk about making millions. But wow, none of that matters if your relationship with money is broken. Master consumption, expand production. That combination changes everything. If this made you pause, think, or see money differently, then it did its job. Now, ask yourself one last question. Are you chasing money or building value? Because those two paths lead to very different destinations. If you love this video and you learned 1 and 2 things from it, kindly hit the subscribe button.